If we had a better structure, I thought I had some kind of stuff in mind to say geopolitical zones. And we had a plan that every geopolitical zone must have a power station, for example. That means we have a minimum of 6 strong power stations.
Yes. It's very important that we embrace these investors.
I think what they want to do now is to be able to make them understand that, look, going forward, it's no longer going to be business as usual. Whatever that may be happening in the past, we want to now be able to put a system in place that will checkmate, correct the ills of the past, give us a new pedestal from which to stand and operate going forward.
Officially, what we get in the country, 79% is from crude, foreign exchange, 11% is from oil, from gas, natural gas. Between the two of them is 90%.
If we are getting whatever it is we are getting from oil revenue today, you look at the oil revenue is more than enough to take Nigeria to her next level. But at the end of the day, the processes, the leakages, and so many things that have become like an epidemic on our economy will not allow whatever we are gaining or getting from this deposit or these blessings from God to give us what we are looking for.
The coming of Brazil now this time is important. Then first they have to organize a workshop for these herders, those who rear cows. This is why it's good for you to have your cows in a particular place, and these are things you do to feed them well, and they will equally have good meat for consumption.
The end of a matter is better than its beginning, and in the other way around, the beginning of a thing also can predict what the afternoon or the evening of that same thing would look like. With the trend that has not been curbed and nothing has been discussed about it, for instance, when you see a project like fuel subsidy removal and you don't have a substitution or alternative like stomach infrastructure or welfare package for the same people that you are coming up to lead. And even though I didn't hear her directly, but it was in news that the president's wife made a speech that Nigeria should not be afraid that they are not coming to loot Nigeria because they are already having money. They are billionaires or trillionaires. So people were depending on that speech. Okay, if you come up, at least if you're a rich man and you come to manage a team, you make your influence affect the people so that they will not have hope. So right now, apart from God, sir, the trend that we are seeing in our economic ecosystem does not promise any better show for anybody.
If we had a better structure, I thought I had some kind of stuff in mind to say geopolitical zones. And we had a plan that every geopolitical zone must have a power station, for example. That means we have a minimum of 6 strong power stations.
Yes. It's very important that we embrace these investors.
I think what they want to do now is to be able to make them understand that, look, going forward, it's no longer going to be business as usual. Whatever that may be happening in the past, we want to now be able to put a system in place that will checkmate, correct the ills of the past, give us a new pedestal from which to stand and operate going forward.
Officially, what we get in the country, 79% is from crude, foreign exchange, 11% is from oil, from gas, natural gas. Between the two of them is 90%.
If we are getting whatever it is we are getting from oil revenue today, you look at the oil revenue is more than enough to take Nigeria to her next level. But at the end of the day, the processes, the leakages, and so many things that have become like an epidemic on our economy will not allow whatever we are gaining or getting from this deposit or these blessings from God to give us what we are looking for.
the coming of Brazil now this time is important, then first they have to organize a workshop for these herders, those who rear cows. This is why it's good for you to have your cows in a particular place, and these are things you do to feed them well, and they will equally have good meat for consumption.
The end of a matter is better than its beginning, and in the other way around, the beginning of a thing also can predict what the afternoon or the evening of that same thing would look like. With the trend that has not been curbed and nothing has been discussed about it, for instance, when you see a project like fuel subsidy removal and you don't have a substitution or alternative like stomach infrastructure or welfare package for the same people that you are coming up to lead. And even though I didn't hear her directly, but it was in news that the president's wife made a speech that Nigeria should not be afraid that they are not coming to loot Nigeria because they are already having money. They are billionaires or trillionaires. So people were depending on that speech. Okay, if you come up, at least if you are a rich man and you come to manage a team, you make your influence affect the people so that they will not have hope. So right now, apart from God, sir, the trend that we are seeing in our economy.
Hello, it's a pleasure to have you again on the program. And the program still remains The Economy Today on KAFTAN Television. We are here today to look at things that have to do with the economy, how best they can work for us as individuals, as well as how they can work for us as a nation, apart from a state. And so today we have a topic that will be good for us to share effectively. I am Okechukwu Onubogo, by the way, and I have also got a guest that will be with me on the program. We'll be discussing fixing the economy, skills to the rescue. We want to talk more about these things that have to do with getting to be skilled and getting to be able to have a kind of self-help venture that can help fix the economy of the individual, the family, then of course the state and the nation as a whole. And so today in the program I have a guest, and this guest happens to be a human resource manager and a business development consultant. I am talking about Nze Obidi Maduebuna. Nze Obidi Maduebuna will be joining me via Zoom all the way from Anambra State, and so let's see how it goes. Let me say welcome to Nze Obidi.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I don't know whether I didn't hear that, but okay. I know he heard me. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I want to make sure that I can hear you well, my brother. Okay. Welcome again to the program. You have seen what we have as our topic, fixing the economy, and looking at skills, and it is skills to the rescue. That's the way I put it. I want to say that you are a human resource manager and a facilitator, a business facilitator, and with the Obosi One Household, Two Skills. Obosi One Household, Two Skills. You have to explain that one household, two skills, so that we will understand it very well today. And there are things you have done for which we have to ask you to come and be part of this program today. You have been involved in training young people and even the old, and making sure that they get to have skills that can get them moving in life. And so we say welcome again. You're also an author, I won't forget that. Welcome again, Nze Obidi Madebuna. You are known as Chinyeluko. It's okay, we'll continue. We'll continue. You're also the one that we'll talk with, because you are heading Abelewa Integrated Services over there. Now, tell us more. Looking at the topic, first of all, fixing the economy, and then looking at skills to the rescue. Do you believe that is the skills that we have that will help rescue this nation from the problem we are in at a time like this? Do you believe that skill acquisition and skill utilization will be what can help even to put our nation in order economically?
Thank you very much. My name is Obidi Madebuna. I'm from Obosi, Anambra State. I want to start from skills. What is skills? Skills are those developed abilities and knowledge to perform tasks well. Skill acquisition, this is the process of learning new abilities. So when you equip an individual with a character of skill acquisition, of skills and everything to perform certain tasks very, very well, I think you are molding, you are shaping, you are developing the nation. Methods of skill acquisition include formal training, apprenticeships, and others. Okay? So our company is into training, developing, identifying others, training them in skill acquisition so that they will become a better citizen of Nigeria. The problem with our nation is that we concentrated on one particular economy, which is oil, and is giving us problems. When we develop our children, our friends, our citizens, when we equip them with certain skills in ICT, in marketing, in public speaking, confectionaries, and others, I think it is going to eliminate some vices, thereby creating employment, reducing poverty and crime rate. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Obidi. We are looking at these things today, and we want to see how these things can make the difference for our nation, Nigeria. In your own locality and in your own state, you have gone on to do training and to facilitate the utilization of skills by many people, especially young people. How has it been like doing it? And do you think that those people you have tried to train and bring up are making some economic impact in their own locality or wherever they are found?
Yes, very well. In my village, what we are seeing is poverty. What we are seeing is lack of access to education. So we came up with this program, OBSEP, One Household, Two Skills. The functions of OBSEP is to equip you with two skills. That is vocational and entrepreneurship, okay? We give you vocational skills, then we will develop your entrepreneurship skills. One of the basic functions is that will give you an insight of how to develop your business using a model, business canvas model. In that business canvas model, it comes with customer segmentation. It comes with bookkeeping. If you cannot keep your accounts, you cannot keep your expenditures very well in a business, you don't know when the business is failing. We are going to equip you with necessary ideas and facilities for you to assess the market. We are going to uphold your integrity by linking you up with foreign partners and everything, thereby creating awareness in you and helping you to develop the society. So the training, and after that, we enter the training stage we call mentorship stage. The mentorship stage comes with a tag that you'll be registered with CAC and SMEDEN. SMEDEN means Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria. We will help you to get access to markets and everything. And CAC, okay, you will be empowered so that you become a better citizen, a role model to others. We have inaugurated, we have graduated not less than 400 Oboshans. And those 400 Oboshans has been empowered. All they need to do is to go and help others. If they give you, you give to others. Thank you very much.
Okay, I want to ask immediately, this Onya and Anwanya, that is help one to do, you help another. That's why you now have one. That's why you now have 1 to 2. Yes, one person training another, so that you have 2 in each family, and you have seen it as something that is okay.
Yes.
Is it the kind of thing that is bringing us back to the old system of apprenticeship, or something different? I want to find out. You know, we used to have the old apprenticeship system, which seems to be dying away, but it's like you're reinventing it through this other one. Can you please make it clearer?
Yes, is a apprenticeship, boy. But this one is a packaging with swag. It has swag, okay? Because it does not have swag, the people, the personality of the youth now, the Gen Z, they will not feel into the idea. So you need to use a swag to convince them. The packaging must be very interesting, and they will see that their future is becoming alive. So it is apprenticeship, boy, but with a swag. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That's beautiful. And the number is highly impressive, quite impressive. You said you've had trained about 200 people from
400,
okay,
400.
400 from your locality. And is it this program? I heard some time ago that there is a training, skill acquisition training that the state government is carrying out all over. Is this part of it, or purely your own program, separate from that the government is doing? And if it is, or if it is not, how is that of the state government moving? I guess you are part of that of the state government as well.
Yes. The state government is the one you 2 skills, is a role model, okay? So we look at the template of Obosi. Obosi is very big. With a population of 1 million. We have Udume, we have Ugwawa, we have Enepasompo, we have so many, lots of them. In Anambra State, Obosi has the highest population. And the youth there, look at the youth there in Obosi, it ranges from 17 to 35 years. So we saw a problem there. If this group of people could not have skills, there are problems. We'll be having transit. So what we need to do is to borrow some leave from one youth, 2 skills, modify it to suit our own agenda. Obosi one household, 2 skills is quite different from Anambra State one household, 2 skills. Okay, Anambra State government knows about it. Everybody knows about it, and our own is special. Thank you very much.
Okay. From what you're saying, this program is helping to put food on the table of these young people and make them independent of their parents, of whoever that they are supposed to be leaning on for help. Yeah, I hope I'm correct.
Yes, quite correct.
Okay. And now, as it goes, they also train some others that will help them. Now, looking at this, the economy of the area you are staying, has it been made better or is still normal? Because why I'm asking this question is that if there are training programs like this around people, it should help that the economy of the entire area will somewhat be affected, because from one person it affects the next, and of course the entire community before you now talk about going into the state and the nation. How fast is it changing the narrative in your community?
The effect has been speedier, faster. Let me use an example: the poultry industry. A lot of people are now into poultry, producing from ranges to 10,000 to 5,000 chickens and cocks and everything. I went to the market the last time and I saw that the prices of old layers and the prices of eggs and everything has drastically come down. What makes it to come down is because of the new youth that it has been empowered to go out and create and conquer the market. So the effect has been very, very positive. Thank you very much.
It has been positive. That's good. And of course, you know something about economy. It's when the economy is thriving, then security is put in place, because most of the things that happen on the negative part of security, that is insecurity, happens to come from idle minds, because it is said that the idle mind is a devil's workshop. And so you're making these minds to stop being idle and start working effectively and creating a job for even others around them. As a result, it would affect the security within the area. I'll ask you, in your area, how is the security apparatus now? Because, you know, people who are not in that area will be told, hey, there is trouble, there is this, there is that. But you, staying there, you can give us the right situation as it is right now. Do you have a better security around you now? Do you, the minds of people, young people, have their minds been shifted away from crime to these businesses more? And the ones that have not gone into this skill acquisition or who have not learned, are they being enticed? Which way are they being enticed to become part and parcel of what you're doing?
Yes, of course. When you equip somebody with certain skills, that person doesn't want to go to prison. Okay. When you equip somebody, when you evolve, when you inculcate discipline in human person, that person won't want to lose it. So I think very, very well that the security has reduced very, very well. From that 400 that has participated, if you take their wives or their husbands and their children, let us say another 400. So 800 people has run away from crime. Okay? From within next 3 months, from 800 to 10,000, from 10,000 to, our target is to get up to 30,000 youths engaged in vocational studies and entrepreneurial skills. When you mold them, there will be a very viable investment to our society, and thereby reducing crime. A hungry man is an angry man.
Yes.
So we are going to target that hungry to eliminate anger. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask you about women, but I just like you have some of them already, because when you were talking about either the wife or the husband, I wanted to say, because today, what the federal government is doing most is to ensure that the women are effectively trained, that there is this disparity in disparity in training the female gender, and the males get to be much more than what we have in the female. So I want to ask, I hope, or let me just say, do you or have you trained women and young girls in your program? And if you have, how are they faring? Because recently the federal government just talked about it, that even partnering with I think it's the Bank of Industry, yes, trying to create something specific for the women. And the minister also has also stressed, even the CBN has also stressed it, that there is need to train women and ensure that they have the thing they need, wealth to carry out their businesses. There should not be any kind of discrimination gender-wise, that everyone will be well trained as well and receive funding from government, funding from donor agencies and all. How is it in your area? Are you seeing the women as people that should take the backstage, or they are among those in the front burner, making sure that the best happens?
Yes, thank you very much. Our package from the data I have there, out of the 400, 280 are women and young girls.
Wow, this is good.
Women and young girls. They have been trained, some of them have been trained in confessionalism, women have been trained in ICT, so many of them tailoring and others. Okay, so our focus is on the women, because you can see Nigerian society now. Our boys, our men, they will leave their home and travel abroad. They just focus on abroad. Okay, so the catchment agenda we have now is the women, and the women are the most vibrant, most intelligent species I ever come across in my life. They are disciplined. They want to learn. They are okay, because they believe that properly equipped, that they can change the future. So the issue of the women being neglected to the background, I don't buy the idea. Everybody has equal opportunity to excel. No one is perfect. A woman must be equipped, must be given the opportunity to sell herself. Okay? And I believe everybody is very important, both men and women. But from the data we have here, the women are 280. As you can see, the women are the most visible group in Obisai. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nze Obidi Madebuna Chinyelugo. Thank you so much for what we have shared with you this day. And of course, the CEO of Belewa Integrated Services. I want to say, as we are concluding with you on this program, what would be your advice to Nigerians who are still operating without skills, and some who are still expecting manna from heaven without looking for skills to get trained and prepare themselves, so that even when the manna comes, they can effectively utilize what comes from the manna? What do you have for them, such people in the country today?
My advice is to go and learn a skill, professional skill. Go and learn a skill. Be equipped, because the world is changing, especially digital, especially tailoring, confectionery, farming, and others. These are the critical areas that if Nigeria should focus their skills on, we're going to develop. Don't sit at home and wait for manna to come down from heaven. When I was very young, I wore all types of suits: red suit, blue suit, green suit. I have been to many interviews. But when I found my passion of speaking out in a large group, I began to develop that talent. I'm a writer and author. I wrote my book, Italy, one of the best plays. Soon, part 1, part 2, and part 3 will come out. So develop your skills, and the sky will be your limit. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Ze Obidi Madebuna Chinyologo. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you also for finding time to stay with us. You know, we've taken a long time before getting you to be here. So it's a pleasure that you eventually came today. And may I say this will not be the last time. We still want to have you on and on, on the program, so we can, tap from your wealth of experience concerning that skill development and entrepreneurship. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure sharing the moment with you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, dear viewer, we're still on, and it's Fixing the Economy, skills to the rescue. We have spoken with someone that is a development consultant, a skills development consultant, and a human development manager. So he has spoken and told us things, and I believe that you did hear the things that will help so that we'll have a better future. Let the economy breathe. Let's have an improvement in the economy. I remember sometime in the past when Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was the minister, when they checked the growth rate in Africa, Nigeria came up tops because of the fact that many young people went into such skill acquisition and skill utilization, and that gave us an edge over South Africa. And I hope we need to continue with this, not just letting it be at a time like this. What is more, the federal government is working towards ensuring that it's perfected. The Bank of Industry is assisting the Central Bank of Nigeria. They are all together working to ensure that the best happens. So do not waste any time, but make effective use of all the time, all the opportunity you have to get what you need to perfect the economy on your roadside. Well, that is it. We will now get into another segment of our program. And this time, we have our business news. We also have our news beats. We'll try to get this together before our time elapses so that we'll conclude well. Let's take one at a time, then the other will follow.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has introduced a limit of 25% on the amount of cash beneficiaries can receive when assessing their personal travel allowance (PTA) and business travel allowance (BTA) from Bureau de Change (BDCs). The CBN said travelers are allowed to purchase foreign currencies in the form of personal travel allowance or business travel allowance only up to $4,000 or $5,000 respectively per quarter. The Apex Bank also said that Nigerians traveling abroad for medical expenses can obtain foreign currency for such expenses not exceeding $5,000 at any BDC. This is possible upon submission of all required documents as stipulated in the guidelines. Furthermore, the Apex Bank explained that Nigerians schooling abroad or their sponsors can obtain foreign currency from a BDC for payment of school fees to a foreign institution, subject to a maximum of $10,000 in any given year. This is subject to submission of the documents stipulated in the guidelines. President Bola Tinubu has unveiled a fresh national security and economic framework designed to transform Nigeria's vast marine and aquatic resources into a major driver of economic diversification, job creation, and long-term prosperity. The president, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, disclosed these at the presidential villa during a parley with participants of Senior Executive Course 47 of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS. He directed all relevant ministries, departments, and agencies to immediately study and prepare to implement recommendations contained in the NIPS report on Blue Economic Development, describing the study as a significant roadmap for national progress. Reaffirming his reform drive, President Tinubu said the creation of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy was a strategic step to improve port management systems, strengthen maritime security, and enable private sector participation. And now the Federal Executive Council, FEC, has approved a series of projects spanning industry, trade and aviation, including the purchase of 200 electric buses, adopting of a new national industrial policy, and upgrades of navigational and safety equipment in airports across the country. Speaking with reporters at the State House after the meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu, the Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, John Eno, and the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, outlined the approvals granted to their respective ministries. Eno said 5 memos were considered for his ministry, with 3 relating directly to industrial development. He said Council approved the supply of 200 electric buses at the cost of 58 billion naira for the National Automotive Design and Development Council, describing the decision as a significant boost to Nigeria's automotive and green mobility aspirations. He added that the design and construction of a new Bank of Industry BOI headquarters at Echo Atlantic City, Lagos.
A national call for youth empowerment and sustainable peace is on the front burner in Abuja with the Marcus Odianos Ugulu Foundation for Peace and Sustainable Development in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Youth Development and other key stakeholders, convened a National Social Impact Leaders Summit 1.0, bringing together policymakers, civil society leaders, and development experts to shape a new blueprint for Nigerians' youth future. Representing the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Desmond Otonwe emphasized that achieving the SDGs remain rooted in effective social impact.
Government must continue to invest in skills, strengthen institutions, promote peace building, and ensure no one is left behind. The summit provides an important platform for forging these collaborations.
Also speaking, Deputy Controller of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Yakubu Chidama, stressed that youth development must include young persons in correctional facilities. He said, prioritizing rehabilitation and empowerment for incarcerated youth is essential to reintegrating them as productive members of society.
Please, whatever we do as members of the society, let us remember that we have great number of youth there behind the world that need our presence and our assistance. We will focus and remember that we have something to offer to the youth that are there behind the wall, kept by the law for the purpose of reformation, rehabilitation, and reintegration back to the society.
Representatives of the Federal Ministry of Youth Development and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency jointly underscored the need to tackle the root causes of youth frustration, drug abuse, and social vulnerability. They called for sustained investment in creating a supportive environment where young Nigerians can thrive, innovate, and contribute to national stability.
We must invest in creating peaceful communities where youth have a sense of belonging, agency, and purpose. Through initiatives such as community dialogue, conflict resolution workshops, youth leadership programs, we can foster a culture of peace. But it is not enough to just provide peace in isolated pockets.
As we move forward, I call on every leader here to adopt a more intentional approach to social impact. Use your platforms to promote mental health awareness, drug use prevention, community cohesion, and positive values.
Founder and host of the summit, Marcus Odianos Ugulu, said, the initiative aims to build a Nigeria where peace is honest and development is inclusive. He described the summit as an opportunity to reimagine Nigeria's social and climate landscape, chart new pathways and rethink governance structures, and strengthen community-driven development.
They are always angry about the government. What do we are not? This gathering is not to fight the government. Let's come together. That's how we the team said, reimagining social impacts, youth, peace, and development in the changing Nigeria. All these are our complaints, this is our idea. How can we support the government of the day? The government should be ready to, should be willing. I know should be more willing to listen to us with the youth. Like I said, I am the convener of this National Social Impact Action Plan. We want to bring youth together so that we can support the government. So what we are just praying the government to do is to continue to give us that enabling environment.
With the launch of the 6-pillar action plan, stakeholders say they are confident that Nigeria can unlock the potential of more than 1 million youth in the coming years. The summit ended with a renewed commitment to collaboration, peace building, and the pursuit of a more inclusive and prosperous Nigeria, one where young people remain at the heart of national transformation. Victoria Ayoride, reporting for KAFTAN TV.
And so we'll continue. The next is that we'll be taking our news beat, after which we'll round off the entire thing for the day. And of course, I wouldn't fail to say that it's been wonderful sharing the moments with you. Okay, let's just take the news beat. By the time we return, I'll sign off officially.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has charged the newly inaugurated board of the Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme Fund, ACGSF, to ensure that lack of collateral or remote location no longer prevents Nigerian farmers from accessing credit. The governor of the CBN, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, gave the charge in Abuja during the inauguration ceremony, describing the scheme as a critical institution that must evolve to meet the financing needs of modern agriculture. The 48-year-old ACGSF is one of Nigeria's foremost and longest-standing development finance programs, with a rich history in our socio-economic journey. It is not the CBN going back to interventions in some sectors, but a contribution of the Apex Bank's statutory mandate, which recognizes ACGSF. Cardoso said the core objective going forward is to make agricultural credit more accessible and inclusive. According to him, our goal should be that a lack of collateral or remote location is no longer an insurmountable barrier to financing. He describes agriculture as central to Nigeria's economic structure, pointing out that despite its contribution to national output and employment, credit to the sector remains very low. BOI, NCGC to unlock 10 billion naira loan for women entrepreneurs. The Bank of Industry, BOI, in partnership with the National Credit Guarantee Company, NCGC, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to unlock 10 billion naira in guaranteed loans for women entrepreneurs as women economic participation gains major momentum. The Managing Director, BOI, Dr. Olasupo Olusi, who initiated the gender inclusive financing, has continued to shape national micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, development policy, noting that the idea is to create a credit guarantee framework that will make financing more accessible and affordable for thousands of women-owned businesses nationwide. Olusi stated this during the signing of the MOU with the Managing Director of NCGC, Mr. Bonaventure Ohaimo, in Abuja, saying that under the arrangement, NCGC will provide a 25% credit guarantee cover on BOI loans, significantly reducing lenders' risk and enabling BOI to fund more women-led enterprises. He said the initiative targets high-impact sectors, including manufacturing, processing, ICT, digital marketing, e-commerce, and creative and entertainment industries, healthcare, education, renewable energy, and waste management. The GLOW, Guaranteed Loans for Women program, is a national intervention to remove long-standing barriers that prevent women from scaling their businesses. This event represents more than a procedural milestone. It signals our collective commitment to expanding access to finance for the Nigerian entrepreneurs who power our economy, particularly women and MSMEs. GLOW was crafted to deliver affordable, flexible, and well-structured financing to women, which is designed by BOI from the ground up to close systematic gender financing gaps. With a 10 billion naira fund, concessionary pricing at 7% flexible collateral arrangement, and embedded capacity building, GLOW reflects our intentional drive to close gender financing gaps and stimulate inclusive growth. One of the clearest signs of its necessity is the overwhelming market response.
Well, that is how we'll be rounding off what we've got with you today on the program, or for you rather, today on the program. We began, of course, with the interview with Zeobidi Modebuna, and we've gone on to give you the news bit as well as from the business news. Well, that's just where we'll let it be this day. But we want to say that it's always been a pleasure sharing the moments with you. Do keep being part of this. We still have a lot more to share with you as we continue on the program some other time. Let me say thanks to Chinenyani, that worked with Obed Morelu, as well as Bright Chukwebue, not forgetting Victor Adeye and Victor Chizea. Thank you all for being there. Thank you, Felix Akinjabola. Thanks to everyone, and not forgetting my supervising producer, Ruben Okala. This is Okechukwu Onaboago. And what have I got to say before I finally take my leave? That I also had Esther Abraham, my assistant, who will be leaving even very soon, who came and did youth service. Well, I want to say it's been a pleasure sharing the moments with you. As again, may the best happen to us all the time.